everyone. Welcome back to the Sarah Carter Podcast Show. It's so great to have you with me today. There is so much news developing. I'm here live from the beautiful Hillsdale College Kirby Center in Washington, D.C. The sun is out. It's hot. We're dealing with it. But we're going to talk about the news of the day. What's really important right now is that we're seeing a challenger to Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She looks like she's going to be in the hot seat, folks, in 2020 because someone's coming right up behind her, and her name is Cherie Marie. She is a businesswoman in New York in the 14th Congressional District. She is from the Eastern Bronx and the northern part of Queens and a Jamaican immigrant. She's a Republican, and she has something to say to Alexandria Cortez, and it was incredible. She first came on the scene just this week with a big message to Cortez, to AOC, saying basically that, look, we need someone in our district that's going to represent the people, somebody that's not out there just for politicking and political gain, somebody who's really cares about the people in the district. We know now because of AOC and because she challenged Amazon pulled out of New York. It was a job loss of probably about 25,000 people. The 14th Congressional District is facing a lot of problems. She talked about the subway system and how it's crumbling, how their roads are in need of repair, how they need to tackle the educational system. This is a big challenge because right now what we're seeing is a left that has gone so far to the left. AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, they call them the squad. I mean, these people are really moving towards a socialism. That's what we're looking at, socialistic values. And here we have a Jamaican immigrant who came to the United States at the age of 9 with her family and has built a life around building bridges. She has educated herself. She reaches out to people in her community. She's a strong businesswoman. She understands numbers. She understands people, and she cares about her district. And what we're not seeing from the Democrats is that kind of compassion and love for the people of this country, for the people that are sacrificing every single day to make their life better for their families. What we're hearing is rhetoric. And part of that rhetoric coming from AOC and coming from others like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and others is this continuous battle against the Trump administration, particularly with immigration. I mean, we see AOC crying at the border. We see her talking about stories, by the way, which have not been validated, that migrants being held in facilities by Border Patrol were being forced to drink out of toilets. Well, I can tell you this. I contacted Border Patrol agents at those facilities, and I've spoken to union representatives for the Border Patrol, and they have said that is a flat-out lie. It is a lie because they say that there's video cameras in those facilities recording almost everything that's going on. And if somebody would have done that within their ranks, if there was some kind of bad apple within their ranks, that person would have been handled, or at least they would have had evidence of it on tape. Today, what's really important for me is that we talk about border security. We talk about the narco traffickers, the drug cartels, and how they're ripping our nation apart. What's really important is that we focus on what we can do as a nation to save our children, to save our families, to save our countries from this horrible epidemic that is killing tens of thousands of people a year, millions of people, from the poison that's being delivered by these narco trafficking organizations in Mexico and Central America, products from China like fentanyl. And what we know now is that, yes, some of Trump's policies are working. Some of them are working, but we need so much more. We need to focus on what's happening in our country. And we really need to do it now because this is an urgent matter. This is an emergency. And we can't allow the left to steal that away. We have to stick with the facts. We have to tell the truth. And that's why I have in studio with me today, Derek Maltz. He's a former director of the DEA's Special Operations Division. He's now an executive on national security and public safety matters, and he's a great friend. And he and I along with Heidi Riggs, by the way, who's a phenomenal woman, a huge advocate, fighting for the lives of children all across America. Her daughter, Marin, died several weeks after her 20th birthday from an overdose of heroin. So Heidi Riggs and I and Derek Maltz testified before the Ohio Committee on Justice and Crime about 4 weeks ago. And we testified that the federal government should urge that the federal government should basically make the most prominent drug cartels foreign terrorist organizations, that they should designate them as FTOs, foreign terrorist organizations. And it passed the committee. Then it went to the full House. And this is what's so incredible. 95-1, almost unanimous, both Democrats and Republicans passed the bill to urge the federal government to designate these prominent drug cartels foreign terrorist organizations. And that's why I have Derek Maltz with me here today to talk about this really important subject. Derek, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a great opportunity to let the public know what the truth is out there in the streets of America.
Yeah, it's an incredible challenge for us as a nation. We're faced with